Hello, my name is Diva Tyler, professional actress of television and film. And if you haven't checked out Amplified Exposure Live with Teresa B. Howell, then what are you waiting for? Let's get to it. Keep shining, let it shine like a diamond.
What's up, Facebook? This is your girl, Teresa B, coming to you live and direct from Amplified Exposure Live. And today I have my wonderful guest. He's been in the music industry forever. His name is DJ Fadorah, and we have a lot to talk about because although he may not be a household name, he's worked with some big folks. And he came on today, not just because he's this dope DJ that I met off a Clubhouse, but he came on today because he likes me. So for those of you that are out there in La La Land, TV Land, Roku Land, and all your other lands, listen up. We got about 30 minutes of informational fun stuff. Now, Fadorah,
how are you doing? First and foremost,
How are you?
Good. I'm well. It's snowing out here in Colorado, but we're used to it. It's okay.
It's April.
Yes, sometimes it snows in April.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's interesting. So, we're gonna start from the top. Cause see, every time I have a show with people that I'm cool with, I get real goofy and stupid, and I forget to ask the right questions, right? So let me try to be professional for my friends.
I'm ready.
So Mr. Fadorah,
yes.
How did you get started?
Man, I feel like a lot of 80s babies, I used to watch music videos and just be enamored with the artistry and art form. And I was they called us the rewind kids. You record the music video on the little show, and then you keep rewinding it so you can learn it. And we just came from that era. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we were kind of like the second or third generation of hip hop, to where we were just kind of submerged and emerged with it that way. Just anything from the music video shows, MTV coming out, Video Soul, all of those types of things. I grew up on the nostalgia of just the genre, and it's just music has always kind of been my first love. It's funny looking back on it, people that have known me and see what I'm doing now. It's funny how they've always seen it in my past, but I didn't necessarily see it that way. But actually looking back in my life, music has really always been entwined some kind of way.
Right. And that's always how it happens. People see us more than what we see. They can see our future, our destiny. I just had that conversation with a girlfriend yesterday because she was trying to school me on who I was. I didn't know who I was. I'm like, okay, if that's who you say that I am, all right. So, and then you grew up watching all this good music. We're around the same generation. What happens next?
So in high school, I was really big on football, but football really lasts a semester. And so the second semester of school, I was always involved in like choirs. And so like I did like the show choir, the honors choir, like all of that, you know what I'm saying? And so I can't like sing like soloist sing, but like I can shoe wop. You can put me back there and I can shoe wop you down, you know what I'm saying?
Give me a little bit of that shoe wop.
Nah.
Let me find out. Let me find out you can shoe wop.
Yeah, so for me, I first got really indoctrinated in music phonetically through choir, and so that was kind of the my first real, introduction, and that was middle school, high school, to where, like I said, I was really entrenched with the sports, but the choir was right up there.
Okay. Okay. So from choir, where did he go from there?
Uh, so traditionally, I was pretty big into football, and but I was like, I kind of was like, I wasn't really like a troublemaker, but I was kind of like a class clown for sure, for sure. So
I
my
can see
mom
that.
was my mom was terrified of like me going to all of these big football schools that, what I'm saying, were traditionally giving me offers. And
Mhm.
so, growing up as a kid in Colorado, being in a predominantly white, schools and area, I decided, because especially I had a cousin that already went to Prairie View. And
Okay.
so I went on a recruiting trip to Prairie View, and I can't, confirm or deny what happened on that trip, but I was sold. As soon as I got off that plane, and so I decided to go to Prairie View to play football, and so I went there a summer early to get into workouts and all of those things, and I kind of just got this overwhelming feeling that I just didn't want to do football anymore, and the moment I decided not to do football, I got a call from the director of the dance department, and she had kind of caught word, and she asked me to do a couple little balancing exercises and things of that nature because I was real athletic, and she was like, "Well, come dance for me," and I was like, "All right," and so I literally switched from a football player to a dance major like that, like within the blink of an eye.
Wow.
The first semester I was at Prairie View, I lost like 97 pounds. Like, just like literally became this little skinny old thing. And I was in the dance studio probably 16 hours a day almost. Just, you know what I mean? And had no idea what I was doing.
And you had no idea. 16 hours a
Yes.
day and you had no idea?
Yeah, it's so funny. So I'll tell you two stories that are pretty funny. So, like, I remember, because I'm thinking like my stuff is tight. Like, I learned all these little dance moves. Like, I'm good. Like, I got this hip hop thing down.
Hmm.
Yo, the first modern class I took, they were like, pas de ray, chasse, leap, twirl, twirl, dive up, and I'm like, yo, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like across the floor exercise. And
Right.
so the teacher was like, well, just walk with them across the floor, and then whatever moves you could catch those. You know what I'm saying? So I would walk like 98% of the way and then catch the last little dive. Then I would walk like 96% of the way and catch like the spin dive. And literally, like, that's how I got broken in. Mind you, it's 50 women in the class. I'm the only dude. I'm the only dude in the whole dance department. And I'm just getting broken in the long way, as they say. And
Hmm.
so it was probably the most difficult thing that I've ever done, but it was such a humbling experience. And then my first ballet class, I'm like trying, and it's just like if you want to challenge yourself, take a ballet class. Fellas, I implore all fellas, take one ballet class. Whatever you think you're going through in your life is hard, take one ballet class. First of all, you're in tights, it's uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? But like just the movement, and it's like it's very precise. There's only one way to do it correctly. And I remember being so frustrated that I like kind of had like a little tantrum and kind of quit in the middle of class. And I thought my teacher was like going to coddle me, as they say, like, and give me some motivation. She called me, I'll never forget this. She called me an impetulant child. And I was like, yeah, and started crying and ran out. And ran out of my first ballet class in tears. Ended up coming back to the studio the next day, talking with the instructor and things of that nature, and like the advice that she gave me. And it kind of pertains true in the music business just as a whole. And she basically said, listen, the only reason that I'm spending my time taking away time from other students to ride you slash correct you slash give you pointers is because I
Mhm.
see that there's more potential in you than somebody next to you. The moment that I stop correcting you, the moment that I stop telling you to reach your leg higher and point your toes and focus, that's the moment that I've given up and that I no
Right.
longer see that you can be pushed anymore. And so, like, as I took that, I was like, damn, she's been riding me all class. So it was just
Mhm.
kind of like we formed a special bond. And, shout out to Miss Danielle, my dance instructor. But yeah, so we formed a special bond. And after that, like, I was off to the races. So I became, a very, very strong dancer, very, very passionate. And you know what I'm saying, did my thing in the dance area for a while.
Okay. And so that's amazing. That's an amazing story about how we can be encouraged, not knowing why we're being encouraged. Like,
For sure.
yeah, like that kind of happened to me during my writing experience.
Yeah.
So I do understand where you were because you get frustrated. You're like, oh, I got to do this again.
For
And why
sure.
you keep making me go through this? And you don't even know your full potential. But she
Yeah,
saw it.
absolutely.
So that's
Absolutely.
pretty cool. So you do the dance classes, you graduate. Did you
And
graduate?
then, yeah, and then I come to, right after that, I come to Colorado. And
Mm-hmm.
kind of somewhere along that time, I find out that my mother gets sick. And so my mother gets sick with stage 4 breast cancer. And so now I'm just kind of like back in Colorado, and took care of her, but also my mom got to the point to where she was like, son, I love you, but you need to like find something to do outside of this house as well. And we kind of
Right.
made a deal that, I could keep taking care of her, but I also needed to find something to do with some of my time. And so I started getting back into dance, and just happenstance found an audition to go to, and auditioned for this young lady, and she hired me. I was I'm fresh. I'm fresh out of New York. I'm fresh out of, what I'm saying, Texas at this time. I'm kind of like at the height of my career at this point. And I
Right.
was just kind of a cut above of the talent out here. And so I ended up getting hired for this gig, and then like ended up just kind of through just process of elimination, ended up partnering with this young lady, and we developed a pretty profound salsa studio out here in Colorado by the name of Unleashed Dance Studios. And
Nice.
she had the salsa portion already going, but I kind of added the other elements because I was classically trained, modern, jazz, tap, ballet, things, and hip hop. So we kind of did a fusion thing, won a bunch of competitions, local, national, all of those things. And right around kind of the peak of our relationship, my mom ended up passing. And that kind of derailed me for a while. It derailed me probably, I want to say at least 2 years. I just was in a dark place. I stopped dancing, stopped training. Uh, the girl that I was dating, that we were teaching, and all those things. Our relationship kind of dried up, and she went overseas and finished doing her dance degree and all those things. And I was in a very, very dark place. Uh, Depression, thoughts of suicide, all of those things that, a lot of people can relate, with losing somebody so close to you. And I just remember out of the blue one day hearing a record that just reminded me of happiness. Like, just when I heard that record at that particular time, it just shifted my whole mood. And at that moment I realized that music had a special healing quality. And I knew music could heal because, I grew up in the church and things of that nature, and hearing these big choirs and hearing those powerful messages and having the words entrap you like that. But from a personal sense, I never really felt the power, just the sheer power, and connection that music brings. And for that split second, I think it's probably maybe the first time in 2 or 3 years that I actually smiled and that I'd actually just like felt a little bit of joy. And I just thought to myself, like, you know what, like this might be the answer. You know what I'm saying, to what I'm going through. And so I literally just thought about how I was going to do it and was like, you know what, I can do this DJ thing. And I'm self-taught. I got a pair of turntables and locked myself in the basement and came out and started DJing for friends and family. I was terrible, by the way. My own brother did not hire me to do his wedding. Shout out to my older brother. Yeah, he was like, yeah, no. But
So you ain't messing up his moment.
yeah, that's a fact. So, started DJing for friends and family, and then, finally got to the point to where like I was doing some good stuff, and then I got to the point where like I was like really good on the friends and family circuit. And so then again, I think I'm big stuff, and every DJ, wants to DJ in the clubs. You want to be under the lights, with the bottles and what I'm saying, all of that. And I remember somehow, some way, I think it was a Latin night or something that I caught, news of. And so, because I was already entrenched in that circuit, I was like, yeah, I'm a DJ now. I know all the records. Let me come do my thing. I'm just thinking that I'm, big man on campus. And I'll never forget, after the night was over, because I opened for another DJ and we had this meeting. And the DJ that DJ'd after me said, literally, he said, if he trained the Rex like that again, I'm not gonna do the night anymore. And I was like, I thought I was killing it. and I after listening to a set, I realized that like I had no idea like the art form as a whole, what I was getting into. I had a little Tonka toy, some that barely, he brings out the big turntables. He's licking his hands. You know what I'm saying? He getting his needles right. And I'm like, yo, what is going? I'm feeling like this. He pulled out a transformer out of his backpack. I'm like, yo, what is going on? I got, iPod over here and a little thing over here, and I'm making it work. And like he came down, and I'm just like, I literally watching him DJ was like, it's like, I don't know. It's just like just an out of body experience. And I was like, yo, I don't know if I should go harder or just sell all of my stuff and stop before I spend all this money.
You should have called your dance teacher. She would have gave you the right advice.
Yeah. So then I reached this, this other pinnacle, right? Of like, what do I do? And, I just kind of sucked it up on the humble side and said, listen, man, obviously I don't know what I'm doing. If you would mind, maybe giving me some pointers or whatever like that. And he was like, yeah, man, sure. And I came over to his house. Shout out DJ Mr. Grooves. But I went over to his house, and in maybe an hour, he taught me more about DJing than I think I've ever learned in one setting. And like in that hour, he like fixed me to where like I wasn't a great DJ, but I knew what not to do anymore. And right. I knew the things that I needed to get, the type of gear, all of those things. And so he answered all of my stupid questions about the turntable. I mean, I had some really insanely stupid questions about the turntable. And he just kind of set me straight. And so after that, I really started to make my climb building who Fadorah, is and what that stood for, and just kind of, battled my way through the club circuit for a good 10 years. And, I've got, because of, music and in DJing, I've got to travel the world and meet some really dope people and be in some really cool situations, all because of music.
Right, right. So these connections you made with all these different celebrities. First of all, tell us who you connected with and worked with in the past.
Oh man, there's a lot. I mean, I've worked with Blueface. He's a new artist that just came out pretty new. Worked with Donell Jones, Case, Chante Moore, Coolio. I have a new Coolio record, by the way, which is not out yet. It's pretty.
Oh wow.
He's still doing music. Oh God, there's so many. I'll Be Sure. Free from 106 in Park. MC Lyte. Man, there's just so many. There's so Gap Band, Cameo. Yeah, I've shared the stage with some greats, like some people that I can honestly say that I looked up to. My recent experience, which was really cool, off of Clubhouse, right, where we met each other. I got to meet the producer, the super producer. I call him like the super producer, the Lyte, and he produced LSG, My Body, Silk, Meeting in My Bedroom, and just a bunch of other records that we grew up off of. And like he picked me up from the Atlanta airport, took me to his house, like broke bread with me, took me to his personal studio, and I feel like down there he played all this stuff that he was working on, the stuff that's not out yet, and like I feel like I know what music is gonna sound like for the next 10 years after being like in his house. But it's just been I've just been very fortunate, very blessed to be in some of the situations I've been in for sure.
Yes. And I hear you on Clubhouse all the time giving your testimony about, depression and things that kind of staggered your career and losing money and gaining money. And, you've been through so much. So to come on here and give your testimony again to the world, I appreciate you for doing that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, people got to know, man, like, we're just people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell people, man, like, I'm just a dude. You know what I'm saying? That I'm just a vessel. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even feel like, at 33 years old, I don't even feel like my life is my own anymore. I feel like if my life was my own, I would have been dead by now. Like, I know that there is something inside and something that I was divinely created for that hasn't been accomplished yet. You know what I'm saying? And so I try to tell everybody, like, we've all had those dark places and spaces. You know what I'm saying? And something that I heard recently was like, we fear darkness so much and we are so scared of it, but sometimes you get put in the darkness because that's where things grow. You know what I mean? And so sometimes when you're going through your darkest moments, you are being prepared for something greater. And I think that, that definitely reigns true in my life for sure.
Yeah, I believe that too. Because you're a good dude.
I be trying, man. I be trying out here.
So I've been watching you move, watching you work. We've been in a lot of music groups together. We've been listening to music. We've been critiquing music. We've been pulling artists in. Tell the audience, because we have a lot of indies that are out there that are trying to get their music known.
Yeah.
What do they need to do? Give them some tips.
Oh, that's great. So, I mean, first of all, email fedorahbooking@gmail.com. Let me hear that thing. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, I'm always looking for music and things to service. But just on a local scale, right? Like, there are a bunch of DJ Fedorahs in your city that you know what I mean, that you don't know that are DJs. I mean, as a DJ, my relationship with artists is follows. You give me the music early, right? I get to play it for the masses. I look cool because I have the music. Right. You look cool because I'm playing your music. You feel me? And then when I'm in the club, because most DJs, we drink and eat for free. Side note. And when you pull up on me in the club, I'm like, oh, snap. That's the guy that sent me that record. Go get shots for his table because that's my guy. And I say on the mic, hey, My guy's in the building. Da, da, da. I'm about to play this record right now. Beep, 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 beep.
DJ Fadorah.
There it is, straight like
That part.
that. So on a very very local level, you got to start. You got to show love and build the relationships in your city. You know, relationships will take you a lot further than money ever will. We have a DJ K Tone, who's a staple in our city. He preaches this all the time. Relationships take you places that money cannot. If you have a personal relationship with me in the club, then I'm gonna play your record regardless, right? You don't have to give me nothing, just off the strength. And so, and then also for DJs out there, your integrity has to be okay. A lot of these artists are gonna give you records that are not out yet, so you have to protect the records, play the records. You know what I'm saying? When you're out in public for people, but you got to, be honest with the record. And if you want to use the record for something other than playing it for the masses, you need to contact the artist and make sure that things are up and down and that you have their permission. And that's very important as well, just to keep the paperwork and things of that nature straight.
Right.
After you've done things on the local level, my suggestion is, social media, that's your brand. As we listen to these records, even when you and I are in rooms, we'll listen to the record. The very next thing we do, we hit up your socials. What kind of
Exactly.
stuff are you posting? Can I tell that you're an artist? You know what I'm saying? What kind of vibes do you have? Energy is everything. You know what I'm saying? If you could be the greatest songwriter or whatever in the world, artist in the world, and if your socials have bad energy, then we can't do nothing with that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So just make sure that you are aware of your energy and what you are putting out into the universe, because that matters. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then, you know, on a bigger scale, there's all kinds of places you can submit your music to get it heard. There's all kind of places you can submit your music to get sync licensing and things of that nature. When I say sync licensing, there's a lot of songs that you guys can have that can be put on TV shows. You know what I'm saying? They can be put on other elements and actually getting a record deal that you can start making streams of revenue. And that's the name of the game when it comes to the music business. When I went to the Lyte's house, he was gracious enough to show me his financials and show me how the residuals actually work in the music business. And your publishing is everything. This
Publishing
man
is
has
retirement fund.
Right. This man has almost 100 grand in residual income coming into his household every month. Think about that. Like from the past works that he's already done. And all he's doing, and his best stuff is not even out yet. So
Right.
as he just keeps as an artist, as a producer, as a songwriter, you want to keep building those credits, building those credits, building those credits to where you have enough residual income to support yourself. The name of the game is you want to be able to do music full time in whatever capacity. Because when you're doing it full time, then your mind is free and you have a career now. It's not just a hobby. We've got to start distinguishing people that do music as a hobby for yourself, because I just talked about how therapeutic music is. I believe that everybody who wants to do music should have the right to do music, but we're talking a different thing when we're talking about I want to make music for the masses. There is a standard, there is a protocol, there is a way in which things are done, there's a way in which things are structured, song structure wise. There's even a way that things are produced, mixed, and mastered. So the first thing as an artist, if you want to put your music out there, you have to learn the phonetics of the craft before you
Yes.
can actually execute. Just like me trying to DJ in a club when I had no idea what I was doing. I had to go to one of my fellow DJs and get schooled on, okay, what is the format? What do I do? Whatever. Whenever I travel, because I've DJed all over the world, whenever I travel and I touch down in the city and I'm going to DJ an event, a lot of times I will tap in with a local DJ. Hey, man, what are y'all playing out here? What's hot? What are the hottest records you play in the club right now? Because from city to city, that may differentiate. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And a lot of times when I'm traveling, I would take some of the artists from our city that are buzzing and exchange them with the DJ, and he exchanged some from the city that he's in that are buzzing, just to keep the music going. You know what I'm saying? So never be too, in your ego to reach out and politic and rub shoulders with people. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing I would say too, man, like egos in this business are dream killers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I cannot tell you how many people that I've helped just off the sure fact that their approach and how they treated me resonated with me over their talent.
Oh yeah, I've
You
had celebrities that were, and I was like, never mind. I don't even want to.
facts. You know what
I
I'm
don't even
saying?
want to interview.
It's not worth it, right? Like
Mhm.
somebody that's gonna drain your energy. Anybody that can steal my peace of mind in these days and age, I'm 33 years old, man. If you could alter my peace of mind and take my good energy, because I work very hard to keep my energy pure, you know what I'm saying, to
Right.
where I can love people and nurture and add value to conversations. If you are so negative that you can steal my peace of mind, I can't be around you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
I can't
And
be around
that's why we are friends. Positive vibes only, boo.
you. Big
So
vibes.
I'm glad that you went through the whole spiel for indies and about the music piece, because
Got to.
when it's now it's hard for an African American woman in the music industry. I'm telling you,
Facts.
it's a
Say that.
beast. Yeah.
Say that.
So when an African American male in the music industry speaks, everybody listens. And
Bro, for sure.
everything that you just said, I've been telling indies over and over and over and over again.
Right.
They don't listen, but I guarantee you they'll listen to this recording and they'll be like, "Wow,
It's just because you're beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And we can't help it. We can't help
it
it.
ain't got nothing to do with nothing."
Just because you're beautiful. I'm telling you. I tell this
Whatever.
all the time. Listen, I tell this all the time. And it's like it's a like being attractive is a blessing and a curse, especially for a black woman. Like
Mhm.
black women have to understand that we are enamored with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like we are enamored to the point to where a lot of times we can't see past that thing, right? Because a lot of y'all, if you walk into a room right now, and there was a
What thing?
bunch of people in, like just what I'm saying, like it's like I don't know, man. I'm gonna explain this like the best way I can, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like when a attractive, smart black woman walks into a room, it's like the very air that she brings in. It's like the molecules
Mm-hmm.
change. You know what I'm saying? It's like literally like, you know what I'm saying? Like you could feel a heat in a room. You know what I'm saying? When a you know what I'm saying? When a sister walks in there, you know what I mean? And I'm telling you, like a lot of us cannot get over that. You know what I'm saying? And so we deal with it in silly ways, right? You know what I'm saying? Like we may over sexualize you. We may try to shoot a shot instead of doing business the correct way. And it's like a certain goofiness that comes with it. I just seen it happen time and time again to where you're preparing to do something with this person, then they walk in the room and it's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of kerfuffles you. You know what I'm saying? It's not y'all's fault though. We working on this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are just beautiful. You know what I mean? You
I'm
guys
gonna
are the
need
original. You're the
I'm gonna need y'all
original.
to work a little harder, boo.
We trying. We trying, but I'm just saying. Sometimes you gotta just like, you know what I'm saying, let him live. Be like, he just don't know how to deal with my greatness. And a lot of I've seen it happen. I just see it happen. I be seeing it happen.
We
A
talk
lot of
about
people
it
just
all
are
the time.
not able to deal with it. You know what I mean? But we
Mhm.
working on it though. And I be trying to talk to my brothers too about, you know what I'm saying, our approaches and how we do things. But a lot of times that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like you've been hearing about this great thing your whole life, but then you run into it and it's like, oh, that's what that is. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah, it's a very difficult situation. I ain't gonna say
that's a
situation,
fact. That's a
because it's like you're not even taken seriously
no, that's
if
true.
you don't play the game, and I just don't. care to play the game because I
That's
value
true, but
who I am.
most men know that black women have the most to offer. Y'all really do. Y'all are the highest educated group class, I believe, right now. You guys are the most observant. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like from your perspective, from a black woman's perspective, there's not another perspective that you can't see because of all that you guys have gone through. As a man, if I come to you and say, "Yo, I've dealt with discrimination," as a black woman, you can say, "Yeah, baby, I've dealt with discrimination too." You know what I'm saying? As a as a white woman comes to you and say, "Yo, these dudes is getting paid more than me." As a black woman, you go to them and say, "Yeah, they getting paid more than me too." So I think that
Mhm.
like that's why I say as a black woman, you're the original because like y'all are like the key. You feel me? Like black women are like the key to the universe to me because it's nothing that y'all can't relate to and nothing that y'all can't see. You see what I'm saying?
But we have
So,
such a hard time. Why is it
no,
so
man.
hard?
Jesus had a hard time too. You know what I'm saying? They was tough on Jesus. He was still the man though. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I got my Jesus sandals for the summer. So let's see how that works. Cause I'm telling you, I'm looking around like, what just happened? Like, how did we get here? We talking about contracts, we talking about spins, and then next thing you know, I love your eyes. Boy,
I'm saying they can't help it though. They can't help it though, man. It's just something like I don't know. So let me ask you this. I don't know. Like as a woman, have you? Y'all probably don't even internalize stuff this way. I can tell you this. I'm gonna speak for me. As a man, I have had a black woman grace my presence, and I was so enamored to where literally the conversation I had in my head was like, "Yo, if I don't say something, I'm gonna hate myself forever." Like
mm-hmm.
literally, like she was like so whatever the moment was, I was so entranced by what I was seeing that literally I was like subconsciously I was like, yo, you're gonna hate yourself forever if you let this moment go by and you don't say nothing.
Did you stutter?
Of course I did. I still said something though. Well, I'm saying
No,
you can't make a shot you don't shoot. But I do
exactly.
understand though as women, you know, I do understand as women, and even more so as a DJ. There's certain situations I can be in as a DJ to where you know what I mean. There's women, you know, at my, you know what I'm saying, trying to get at me in a situation that maybe I'm uncomfortable. So I do understand that as well, and it do suck. I really do know that, you know, it sucks that y'all are put in these situations. But I also say, man, it's because y'all are so great. Y'all are so beautiful. You're so excellent. Like it's really as a tribute to how just immaculate black women are. Y'all are just like for real. If there was ever a gift that God left for the universe, for mankind, it is the black woman.
You
Straight up
are
and
giving
down.
us such poetic justice tonight.
I'm just straight up and down. But you know, you've been in rooms with me. You know, for
Yes.
real, I believe
And let
it.
me, in your defense, let me say this. You have had rooms on Clubhouse where you honored women, where y'all have given women lunch,
Oh yeah.
where you have allowed women to express themselves on what they don't like about men and things of that nature. So I do appreciate you because we feel we need to be heard. So that's a wonderful
Y'all
thing.
do. Y'all really do, man. And we need
Yeah.
to listen to y'all more. I'm telling y'all, we need to listen to y'all more. But I know, man. I know y'all get tired of like just to get hit on all the time. I know y'all do, man. But y'all so beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be smelling good, looking good, like man. You know what I'm
So,
saying? Certain
what do
seasons
you
come
like?
on.
Light
It
skin,
just,
dark skin?
I mean, me like I don't like. I honestly don't have like a preference like that. You know what I'm saying? I just think it just, you know what I mean? Just in general, y'all are so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even discriminate on any kind. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what's so beautiful about being black, right? There's so many shades of it. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different shades of it and just different You know what I'm saying? You get your East Coast, you get your down south, you know what I mean? You get your Midwest. You know what I mean? It's beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? Clap it up for black women, man. For
The
real.
faces you're making though when you're talking about it, it's like you're about to go into a trance.
Man, because I could just daydream about it, man. I have been fortunate enough to be around some very beautiful people, you included. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, and just being around y'all, man, you know what I'm saying? Like just soaking up the game or just being around y'all, like I be saying, man, like, you know what I mean? I'm still waiting for mine, but you know, it's coming. You know what I mean?
Fedora, hush. We're talking about music. We are not about to
I mean,
make
I'm
this
just
today.
saying. I know. I'm all about the music. Trust me. I'm all about the music. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. The way music is love and passion. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing more passionate than a black woman. Like when y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all know how y'all get for real.
I can't do anything but laugh because I know you, right? So this whole conversation, I'm sitting here like, this dude is a trip. So
I'm saying.
I'm not even gonna tell the public. I'm not even gonna do you like that. But for those of you that are out there, I'm gonna say this because he says this all the time in Clubhouse. DJ Fadorah is single and he's looking for the one. So if you are out there, I hope
You know what I'm saying?
if you are out there and you are single too, he's 33. He's very intelligent. He loves all kind of women. He just told you that. And he plays music. He can only sing a little bit background.
He's certified right here.
So if you are single out there and you're looking for that special someone in the industry,
you're making me blush right now. You're making me blush. Listen, you know what I'm saying? I'm a DM away. I'm not even look. I ain't got no ego when it comes to going on a date. I'm a DM away. You know what I'm saying? DJ Fadorah on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You say what?
Tell them how to reach you.
Just DJ Fadorah and on Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
You not on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook too. Fadorah on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you know what I'm saying? You can be my manager. You know what I'm saying? So
what? Your manager and what?
Yeah, just managing my love life.
Oh, I can hook you up now. I know some good ones.
Hook it up. Hook it up, man.
I can hook you up. I'm old enough to be your mama, so it won't be me, but I can hook you up.
I'm with it. I'm with all of it.
Yeah, you are funny. So you already told them how they can reach you. You've already given them the nuggets about the music industry and what they can do with their music and how they can connect to people to make their music expand to other radio stations and other places around them.
Absolutely.
What about tours? Do you do anything with touring?
I can help tours and help, you know what I'm saying? But really that comes a couple reasons you tour. One is to get your name out there. And then the real reason you tour is to recoup, right? To recoup money off of a project. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times the touring comes after you've been invested in. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I'm part of that whole process. The artist development, you know what I'm saying? And then, getting your project to where it needs to be. And then, obviously the tour and all those things. It's been kind of funky because of COVID and, you know what I'm saying? Like all the means and stuff that have kind of been restricted. But, we have faith that things are starting to open up. Most restaurants now are about 75%. Bars, are about 50-65% capacity. So, hopefully we're crossing our fingers by the summertime. You know what I'm saying? We'll start to see, some shows and stuff open up. Unless you're Atlanta. If you're in Atlanta, y'all are acting like COVID doesn't exist. You guys are partying. You guys are concerting. And
They are doing it up. I witness it every day. I go out my door and I see it. So you aren't lying.
Yo, Atlanta
is wide open.
Salute to Atlanta, because y'all are just, it don't matter. It just does not matter. So
I think I've had COVID like 4 times since I've been here.
What? Like, but it's like whatever y'all doing, I see a lot of happy people in Atlanta. If y'all are catching it, you're not telling anybody, and I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I've been invited to DJ out there a couple times, and I'm just not ready, Atlanta.
No,
I'm gonna
give
y'all a couple more months. I just ain't ready, Atlanta. I'm not ready.
I'm telling you, I go to restaurants. Me and my son, we're masked up, and it's nothing for the entire restaurant not to have a mask. There was a waiter that walked up to me that didn't have a mask. I was like, "Yo, wait a minute. Can you go get your mask, please?" He was looking at me like, "Oh," like as if he didn't know it was a problem.
Yo, I went to Atlanta and checked into a nice hotel, by the way, and nobody had a mask on. I'm just like, yo, what is going on? Like, I was like, yo, is this really true? Got in the Uber, no mask. I'm like, bruh, I'm afraid to order the room service. I'm like, I don't even know, you know what I mean? Like,
you probably had it 4 times while you was here. I'm telling you, you didn't even know it.
I'm just letting all the people know, if you're trying to go catch a party, if you're trying to catch a concert, it's only one place I know for sure you can go right now.
Well, we have our concerts. We have this like little drive-through thing where you can actually, like, the artist is way back and everybody's in their car. So there are some safe concerts here.
And there's a lot of wild, unsafe ones. You can still go to the strip club in Atlanta right now and get a lap dance with no mask.
You can still go to Trapeze and all them other places people be going.
Look, man. God bless Atlanta. God bless Atlanta. Atlanta, it'll be a while till I see you again. But God bless y'all with everything y'all are doing.
Yeah, it's a fun place to be, I must say. It's a fun place to be.
Hey, but it's, it's a lot of Black excellence out in Atlanta too, man. I didn't realize how y'all was doing it, man. Like, Atlanta got some beautiful things going on. I went and saw the Tyler Perry Studios while I was out there, and I saw Rick Ross's huge estate in the middle of the hood. It's crazy.
That's not the hood. They said that's not the hood.
That's not the hood?
That's what they said.
It wasn't the middle of the, you know what I mean? Like, it just boom. I just hit you out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta's nuts. I don't know. Like, this. I know why y'all love it so much. I can just say that. I know why y'all love it so much. But it's a lot going on out there for sure. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you. So, you and I can talk forever and ever because we're in groups for hours. One time we was in a group for like 4 or 5 hours, wasn't we? Like, it was insane. Yeah. So we've spent a lot of time together. It's like like you're a brother from another mother. So,
I accept.
So I do appreciate you coming on here and spilling these nuggets. This is going to be very helpful to a lot of people that are watching. I got you on Instagram, and Instagram is where mostly all the indies that we associate with are watching. And you got several different comments and people saying several different things about the music industry. So you can go back and read that later. I'm gonna leave it up on my Instagram page for a little while. But for those of you that are out there, this is DJ Fadorah. He's one of the hottest DJs out. He's connected to a lot of people in the industry. DJ Fadorah.
There it is.
He plays that little thing when we're on Clubhouse. You get to hear it in the background. So if you're not on Clubhouse, you're missing out on a treat, because we have some fun in our groups and we do discover a lot of great artists. So I appreciate you for being a pioneer in this industry and helping out these people when they don't want to listen to us women. People.
Listen, we're gonna dispel the disclaimer right now, fellas, and people alike. Listen to the women. The women are very, very smart. Trust me on this. Listen to the women.
Listen to the women. Appreciate you. Thank you for being an advocate for African American women. Thank you for loving us so much. Thank you for being in the music industry. Thank you for being DJ Fadorah.
Well, I appreciate you so much, and I will say, ever since I've known you, you've been up to good, and we appreciate all that you're doing out here. It's been such a pleasure. Thank you for just having me on. You know, I know you could pick probably thousands of people, and the fact that I'm on your radar, I just feel humbled and blessed. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't take anything for granted. So I just really appreciate, all that you do and continue to do.
Oh, hugs through the computer. Thank you. Thank you. You be safe out there. Don't come to Atlanta until Corona's over.
Man, I will not be out there until we are. But I'm watching from afar, Atlanta. We love you. Here in Colorado, we love you, Atlanta. We really do.
All right, Fadorah. We're checking out. Have a good night.
Be good now.
Bye.
Peace. We out.